It is lopsided. The camera, I don't care what it says, it's lopsided. It's lopsided. It's lopsided. I know I look amazeballs when I get really close. Like, do you see? That's not, is that that? I think we go outside. Okay, so it's a little cold in my house right now. It's early in the morning. 9 o'clock. I spent some time outside with my coffee. So this is my second cup. Don't judge. It is half cup. I always give myself that excuse, so it's okay. Right. Mm-hmm. But it is cooled down now. All right. I know I look like a nightmare. I do plan on getting out this week because it's sunny and warm to tan. So I quit looking like Casper. Okay. So y'all can enjoy me looking human again. Sorry. It felt like a good day to come on to do a reading. I'm not really sure. Hey, DW, how are you? I'm not really sure what it's going to be. I think tomorrow I got to come on and do some of like the Tarot Demystified. I really do. Hey, LP. So I have like gotten myself trained for other coffee creamers, and I did not have a coffee creamer that I normally drink, which is oat milk. It's plant-based. This is good old regular coffee cream, and I used to drink it, but now it's got a funny flavor to me because I am trying to get rid of like too much oil in my diet, like all these things that have like just so much crap in it, and a hose. So it's a little, I don't know. I just heard free and clear. That is the way the energy feels. That is the way the air feels. And I've been doing something with some of my girlfriends lately where we're out doing our hike and we're like, we hit a patch. We're like, oh, that's the good air. And it comes in, it feels really good going inside your lungs, and it smells really good. And it's like the good air, right? It's air. It's all outdoors. And I don't know why in this one little spot, but it's like, yeah. So that's the way the air was feeling. I was just breathing it in. They're like free and clear. And I'm like, I like that. That sounds really good. So let's go with it. Let's see what they have to say about that. Okay. I don't know why we're going with the Fallen Angels Tarot deck first, but yay. Because I'm like, I don't know if some of the stuff in this deck is like, oh my gosh, are we sure? Because that wouldn't make it feel free and clear, but we shall see. We shall see. Also, I went for a walk the other day. I'm making myself go every single day. And y'all know I love my barred owl feather, right? But guess what I found? I found another one. And it was like, I was like, oh, I would love a really nice, pretty feather. You know what I mean? I'm like, let me find one. And I'm walking and I get pulled over to this direction. They're like, here. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I go over here. I was still surprised. Like, my human's like, I probably won't find one. Like, I'm just being pulled over here. And I walk and I was like, oh, a whole big ass one again. Like, you don't usually see these big ass ones. You know what I mean? Like, I love my big feathers. I love them. So, hello. Hey. Let me put that up there. We'll pin it to the top. Hey, David, David must have come on earlier or something like that. Because I didn't see that. And now all of a sudden his message is up there before DW. I don't understand that, but okay. Maybe he came on before the live started. Or he just put it like a message there. But yeah. And like I got a tan. I don't like this lighting. I'm getting my desk back over to Persuasion. I'm gonna put my desk back over by the I need natural light, y'all. What? Okay. We have Persuasion and partnership. Okay. You have my attention. Got my attention, persuasion and partnership. Who's trying to persuade what? Okay. Okay, I feel like it's too much, Spirit. What's going on? Like, I gotta pull one more. I'm like, what? Oh. Today is a day of... Okay. All right. Look at this shit. All right. So that we do have it where there's a middle card, which would be the overall energy, right? Today's the day of like oracle decks, maybe. I don't know. I'm loving. I don't know why I'm seeing this, but I am loving this. This one card. It's the image being depicted on it. Okay, give me just a moment. Let me settle in with this. Okay, hold on. Okay, so first and foremost, Spirit is just like saying, guess what? There's going to be a change in development in your life. So whoever I'm reading for, Spirit wants to highlight or bring about, you know what? Oh, they just reminded me. I put today's coffee and tarot as June 2023. Not the date. Like sometimes when I don't have like a title right away, I'll just put the date just to have something. And they had me put June. So I feel like the month of June, they want to talk about, sometimes it's like the near future. Sometimes it's like the right here and now kind of stuff. They want to talk about this month. And today is June 1st, where I'm at. It's the first day. And so they're like, let's have a conversation. And I think the overall energy for this month is going to be change and development. Like they're one and the same. What's about to develop? Like something's about to evolve, develop, which it's like there's going to be a distinctive change in your life, but the whole month feels like it's funny because I feel like there's going to be a very definitive change. You know what I mean? Like because sometimes change can be so slow that you almost don't see it until after everything's all done and you look back and you realize. I think there's going to be a definitive shift. And then I think that the development piece is maybe the shift is in what actually develops over the course of this month from this change. They're very closely intertwined. Okay. And I'm not really sure. The only card that I don't get is the illusion card. And maybe that's what we will explore first. But we've got here the partnership and persuasion is like someone wanting to persuade you into a collaboration or into like giving them a shot, or maybe you could be easily persuaded to working with somebody or dating someone or giving a partnership a chance. Like I think persuasion has everything to do with a partnership. It's like either you could be easily persuaded, like for whatever reason before now you couldn't, but you're in the right energy, or you're like, okay, or someone wants to persuade you to consider them. And every time I think of illusion, I'm like, oh, do you feel like, oh, this is probably not really what they're presenting? Like, do you think that there's some kind of like something hidden, something that you're not seeing correctly, something that it is in some kind of like cloud dust or whatever else it is? Like you feel like it, like, oh, there was an element missing. Like I'm not seeing something, or this can't be as good as it is, or whatever they're trying to persuade me. Like whatever efforts they're trying to persuade me is just some kind of bullshit kind of thing. And I'm like, but I don't feel that. I don't feel like the illusion card is saying that there's some kind of bullshit. And I don't even necessarily think you're feeling that. So I'm like, okay, where is this illusion coming from? I don't understand. This feels like a very, like an energy that's just plopped into the reading that don't make no sense. Does that make sense? Yes, it does, doesn't it? Okay. And I don't think there's an illusion like you're believing something. It's not like if you could be easily persuaded to do something. I don't think the illusion card is a warning, like, oh, don't fall for something kind of thing. This doesn't feel negative. This doesn't feel like a warning. This doesn't feel like they're saying that you're fearful or worried. It doesn't have any of those. I have no, it feels very neutral, like kind of just matter of fact. It could potentially be some outside factor that thinks that maybe there's an outside factor looking in, like some external factor, person or whatever, that is watching your situation, feeling like you're having to be persuaded to something, and thinks that there's something wrong with the situation, but it ain't you and it ain't the situation. So maybe someone's like, it gets the energy of, like when someone thinks you're just so naive and poor you're going to be taken advantage of. And of course you would fall for all this kind of, the kind of like, and they're just like, oh, look at that. Like they think it's some kind of something. Like that's where I could feel it. Cause this feels like it's like, it doesn't even belong here. So it may be, this illusion card could be somebody that's not even a part of your, like that has whatever's about to happen, whatever change and development in your life that's about to happen, really isn't a party to it. They might be witnessing it. They might have opinions about it, but it's one of those things where it feels like it's like, mind your own business, stay in your own lane and out of mine. Okay. But we'll find out a little bit more, because over here, I feel like you're about to okay, so they're giving me some, okay, golly. There's also this energy of illusion being more like a daydream, like airy fairy something rather. And they're giving me like, oh, this, ooh, so great kind of partner. Like, oh, like the idea of finding someone you can meld with, love, or even in work. Like you're just kind of like, yeah, kind of thing. Like something feels airy fairy and like it's not a real possibility. But maybe that's why it's like, yeah, but it probably wouldn't take much to persuade you. like to convince you that it is. Like partnership would be good for you or that it is possible. But I don't get any duping. Like that's the thing. I don't get any duping with this illusion. Maybe other people think that you're easily duped, or maybe you feel like to be like to daydream about partnership and stuff like that is kind of like useless, and somehow something's brought in that's like, ooh, that could persuade me, whether it's work or love, you know what I mean, like, or you know what I'm saying, like, and that could be the change and development that happens. Let's get over here though, because what I'm seeing, I'm loving this card. It's upheaval, but take a look at that bitch. Hello. It's a fucking dragon, and she's just like, like she's taking care of shit. You know, when you burn fields to actually create a healthier ecosystem, right? A healthier dynamic. It's like you prevent uncontrollable, like new life can come back when you burn fields, and it's like you prevent disasters of future out of control fires and things like that by doing it. It's like there's a sense of like rebirth, new start, like wiping that slate clean, right? So the upheaval feels more like out with the old, in with the new, totally new. How do I say this? Approach. Thank you. God, I was looking for the word. I was like, not path, not where's the words? Because surrounding this, we've got choice and revolution. Maybe something that you choose. I just heard upended. Completely upends something you were doing, like, or the energy you were in, the actions you were taking, the path you were currently on, and just a certain choice or decision completely upends upheaval and creates a revolution in your life. Now, it's no joke. I didn't fucking realize this. They just pointed it out. I just went on and on and on about how I found this owl feather, this separate one, and that spirit kind of like, I'm just walking. And I was like, oh, I'd love to. I was thinking I was going to find like a duck feather that's like gold, like it's got like emerald greens and blues. I'm like, oh, I'd love that. And I'm walking and they go over here. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm like, yeah, right. You know, like, you know how sometimes you feel called to an area or called to do something and then like nothing really happens. You're like, I don't, that's what I was thinking. And I'm walking on, like, and I was like, oh, because y'all know my animal was out. Well, take a look right here. Look at that gorgeous owl. It's going to create a revolution. Like, it's going to, whatever choice you're about to make, or whatever choice you are making, there's a choice you make that kind of like upends your life, or what you've been doing, where you've been putting your energy to. And it kind of creates which may mean people will look at you like, what are you doing? Remember I said somebody external. This illusion card is something external sitting over here. Like, and whatever choice and decision you make creates this level of like, I'm trying to figure out if it's entwined with it or if one comes before the other. You're either going to say yes or no to working with someone or being in a relationship with someone. Like, it's a choice you have either avoided, not saw as like whatever, like it's not something you had on the table, and because because something enticing shows up, it's like you're like, I didn't see this coming, but okay, and you say yes to something is what it feels like, and it creates like Like whatever trajectory you're on, or whatever path you're moving towards, or whatever actions you were taking, it's like the dragon just obliterates it. It creates a whole revolution. Like it's gonna have ricocheting effects. That's where there's a change in the development. That's why I'm getting like the change itself seems very specific. And then it's like because of that, there's this evolution that happens all of a sudden. Like things start to develop but it's like they're entwined. Okay, let's find out what these fucking things are. Okay, we're gonna go with Archangel Tarot. Yeah, that's on the 3rd, isn't it? 2 more days. Oh, LP, I just saw. Okay, let's see. Where are we going to start here? So we know, I am so wondering about this. Okay, they want to start with the partnership and persuasion piece first. I just heard you're going to align yourself with something. Like an alliance. You're going to align yourself with something. I think people are going to be like, what the fuck? Either they're shooketh, or they are like, they didn't see it coming, or something external to you feels like you might get duped by aligning with something or someone. Let's see. I don't know. Let's go to the partnership. Okay. So we got the King of Pentacles, and it says confidently accept opportunities that might arise. Now this fell out. I don't know what this is. It's oh, yep. Literally 10 of Wands, and down here at the bottom it says accept help from others. So there is an alliance. You're aligning yourself. That's okay. You're aligning yourself with someone. Success, Midas touch, accept opportunities you're offered, accept help from others. So accept what's about to come. Accept this partnership. Accept this alliance. Okay, what about, why is there persuasion here? Like, there's something about it, though. Remember I said, it's like either they want to persuade you, like they're trying to, like it's almost like arguing a case, or like giving you good reason. But I feel like you're in the energy of being easily persuaded. Like it wouldn't take much. Because there's something about this alliance that's very aligned. I just got tingles all over my head. I know I'm on the right track here. This is interesting. Persuasion. Ace of Swords. Oh, someone's going to be like there's something, a truth, information, or something that is told to you that convinces you. I heard I'm sold. Sold. Yes. What? Okay. Yes, seeing the truth of a situation, brilliant new ideas and inspirations. Like there's just something that's like someone comes and presents something to you, says something to you, offers something, and you're like, it may not be, and that may not have at all been on your radar up to this point, right? But you're like, yes. Why are you so... You're in such an energy, free and clear. That's why they said at the beginning, you're free and clear. For whatever reason, even if you've been taking action towards something and doing something, you don't feel obligated or obliged to anything or attached to anything specific. And so you're just kind of like, Okay. So if this is in regards to like a relationship, maybe before you felt very tethered to the idea of no to relationships and stuff like that, or that it would be disruptive. And something about the energy you're in June is like you're not holding tight to any ideas or notions. And that just makes you in a state of allowance. So when something presents, you're able to see it clearly, truthfully, versus tainted with whatever lens you were seeing, seeing things through. Okay. Accept help from others. Okay. Okay. So let's talk about the illusion. The fuck is the illusion? Maybe it's how quickly you shift. Oh. See, we got the Queen of Swords here. I still get the energy of somebody external. And it feels like they might be like, because you're so easily convinced, persuaded. Like, I don't know. And people are like, they might want to try to caution you, or they might be looking at you like, why would you do why? And it's like they think you don't see something clearly. You see it perfectly clear. You're not fogged. Remember, I said this illusion card doesn't feel like you're under any kind of illusion. And maybe months before, the way in which you were seeing things and how your lens kind of tainted stuff a little bit, it would have had this maybe presented 2 months ago, like you wouldn't have seen it clearly. So you may have been under an illusion. Illusion could just mean not seeing something clearly or correctly or accurately or objectively, like the Queen of Swords. You're seeing things just fine. I think there might be an energy that would maybe the old you. It could just be the old you. Like old you is probably like, what the fuck? And new and you right now in this present moment is like, okay. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why I want to be like, I'm sold. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm open. Like, let's talk about it. Like, it just feels like you're willing to, and it doesn't even feel like it's a risk necessarily, but you're just in the mood for a risk. You're in the mood for the change. You're in the mood for try something new. It's just okay. So right here for the illusion, it says objective decision making. And we have a choice over here, and clearing away all that no longer serves you, and kind of seeing the humor in the situation. Like look at the way in which she's seeing the unicorn. It's like I see the uniqueness of this. I see this clearly. How it aligns. Don't let if there's something that is presented to you, an opportunity is offered up, it's like some type of a help in a way, like an alliance, or and other people might be like, why? And it's like, and it feels completely right to you. Maybe just either one, don't discuss it with other people. It's weird because I get the sense like I can feel somebody watching me. Like even if someone doesn't say something to you, and even if you don't discuss it with people, other people are picking up on it, watching it, and maybe judging or saying something behind the scenes. Don't give a shit. Don't give a shit. You're in a good space. This change is going to bring about a lot of development in your life, and it's happening this month. Would you please why does this choice create upheaval or revolution within your life? It's the change that you wanted to. Okay, so they're taking me back to like when any major fight has occurred. Like it's usually starts with an oppressive energy or an oppressive power, and it's like reaching that point of either things change or There is no other or. You know what I mean? Like having had endured something long enough that it is the upending. It is the complete free and clear, wiping the slate clean. Like they're showing me like, Braveheart, we're like, kind of thing. Or even today where we see the protests all across the world. People are like, enough. And they were going to whatever measure. Like this just creates it ensures the change. Okay, let's get clarity on whatever this is. Okay, so much like with the idea of like revolutions on a large scale, where sometimes the you have to be a major disruptor. You literally have to create massive upheaval in order to break free from something. It's like a damn the consequences type of situation where it's like, I can't guarantee what I do is going to do result in X, Y, and Z, but I sure as hell fucking know there's no more existing as is or in the old energy. So there is no other choice. And it's funny because we do have the choice here, but it's because it's funny. It's like a choice where there's no other option. Because there's no other option to get what you want other than to be willing to upend things, to create a clean slate. And so somebody might be concerned about that. Other people might be watching you and like, I'm not really sure that's a good idea. And you're like, I don't even know, like you respond. You can feel them though. It feels like an energy or something or someone watching. Okay. We've got the 8 of Cups, which is walking away towards what it is that you truly want. So in this change, this development, this upheaval that creates, like you're making a choice that's going to create upheaval. And the thing is, we don't operate in isolation. When we make change in our life, it invariably impacts and affects others 90% of the time, right? And so someone else may be feeling like, again, that's the illusion, like looking at you like you're not making a level-headed decision, objective one, or that you're not clear about something and that you're just, they're concerned. But I think the concern is because it creates a change for them. It may create even just like the absence of your presence can create a massive change for them. The absence of your presence. Yeah, absence of your presence. Thank you. I said it correctly. I almost thought I said it wrong. The search for something more meaningful, moving on. And then we've got not giving up and having courage. So you're having the courage and the bravery and the fortitude to move forward on something, towards something you really, truly desire and want. And then that creates an inflow of abundance. That's that development we're talking about. This choice, this decision that you make to move in a direction that feels desirable to you. To have courage and believe in yourself when you do this, aligning yourself with something, this alliance, it creates an inflow of abundance. This choice brings about a major change that then I feel like is like this continuous development of abundance. Like it compounds is what they're saying. What can you tell us more about the choice itself? Is there any specifics we're going to use the new air elements? What is the choice? This alliance creates a change that then just compounds, evolves into continuous development. What is the like? Is it the choice to take up the alliance, to accept the opportunity? It feels like they're bringing back to the 10 of fire because we've got the 9 of wands and the 10 of wands here. And the 9 of wands can be like protecting that which you've created. The need to have that confidence and that bravery. But then it also talks about the 10 of wands talks about the stress. And that's the reason why there's something about taking this opportunity that helps. The reason why it's saying accept the help, accept this, is because it addresses a level of stress in your life. It'll help to alleviate that. And that's your desire, is to move on to something more desirable. You leave the 8 of cups to get to the 9 of cups. What is the choice? Well, motherfuckers. We've got work and the Tower. This choice, this thing you're aligning with, has everything to do with work. 3 of Pentacles is the building of something in your material world. It is collaboration, the partnership. It is building upon something. So it is like both fated and inevitable that this needs to happen, Tower moment. But instead of it being forced upon you, you're choosing it. You're saying yes. Because there's no other choice but to bring the old tower down, the upheaval, the revolution. Like you're at a point where it is a fuck yes. And I think somebody else is like, whoa, maybe you should think about this. And you're like, and maybe they think that you're under some kind of illusion that, oh, just because there's a change, everything's going to be super hunky-dory great. Mm-mm. I just know there's no more of the old. That's not an option anymore. I can't guarantee that I'm going to get what I want going here, but I sure as fuck ain't going to get it by leaving shit the way it is. You're aligning yourself with something new and has to do with work, and you're bringing the tower down on your own. You're going to create that new, that's the dragon, the like, I don't know how to make fire sound, so whatever, okay? But he is just whoosh, like the land is starting fresh. It has everything to do with work. Building something. Yeah. Give us a little more about this tower. I just heard you're not stupid. We have the Page of Cups. And the Queen of Swords again. You fucking know. Queen of Swords has that eagle eye view. She's able to pull out from the situation and see things from a higher perspective in a greater scale, not so wrapped up in the tiny little details of the present moment or the emotions of it or anything else like that. She pulls out and she takes a greater look so that she has the best assessment of the situation. That's why she's really good at knowing the way forward. She sees the truth of a circumstance, and from up here, she sees how to get from here to there. And that's why you just fucking know. When this presents, you go, that's it. That's the one. That's what I've been waiting on. Didn't know you were waiting. You probably been waiting on change. And you didn't know what was going to kick it off, but this, when it presents. You can tell, Page of Cups, it is just how promising and abundant and where this offer can go. Because the Page of Cups comes in to offer their cup. It's someone entering in. It's something new. Or I said this isn't something like it's unexpected. Like it doesn't feel like this whole partnership and persuasion. It's like, yeah, it wasn't on the table before, but it is now. And usually with the Page of Cups, there's a fish that pops out. It's got a lot more in it than you think. A lot more potential, a lot of abundance. It'll grow. Change turns into this development, this evolution. I feel like that wheel that tumbles through something, and like the snowball that as it tumbles, as you roll it, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Like it accumulates. It compounds. Spirit just say that. Okay, it compounds. It's like it brings more development in your life than anything you've been doing or have seen thus far. So you may have been taking actions towards something, and whatever this is, you may have been trying to build something. Well, whatever this is new. And people might be like, what? I don't, it's funny because I don't feel like it's so far-fetched from what you've done, but then again, it is. Like, why you've spent all this time and energy building this, and you're just going to say yes to this? Why, yes, bitch. Because if what I was building, it's like, it is, it's funny because to other people, they're like, oh, this is not good. Like, what are you doing? They see the starting over as a juvenile thing to choose, while you realize, because you've been in this situation, I'm doing this because this is my way to where I want to go. You see the Page of Cups, Daughter of Water, for the opportunity that it is. You've been doing this other stuff, and you recognize that the efforts and things that you've been doing, while maybe there's something about what you're trying to get to that is aligned with you, all these other methods are keeping you in the same place. So whatever this is, it's new. And people may be like, you should be a little more concerned about it. You're not. You're not concerned. You're not concerned. You're seeing things perfectly crystal clear. Take a look at this. She sees it. You see it. You know. I feel like you know so much. Like it's almost as if your mind is not arguing or there's no conflict between your mind and your intuition, your soul. And I always tell people, like when you don't have that argument and people get a little weirded out, they're like, how do I know if it's really my truth? And how do I really know it's my intuition? Well, you don't have any kind of argument. You don't have, it's like where you feel drawn and your thoughts are aligning. That's because they're in agreement. When you only hear one voice, that's because they're in agreement. That's a rarity. Especially, or it feels like a rarity, like the phase we are coming out of is a constant chaotic battle, right? Our mind is always wanting to oppose what our solar intuition knows, based on old programming and stuff. But when them two motherfuckers agree, you don't question it. That's what makes it the fuck yes. Okay. All right. In the flow of abundance, I'm trying to see if there's anything else to clarify. It's funny, while people may look at you, I feel like you can sense and feel the presence of other people feeling like something's not a good idea or questioning what you're doing, but they don't know, it's like sometimes it's in their energy, they don't necessarily say shit out loud, right? Or sometimes you can just feel it. Like when you can feel somebody staring at you, you don't look over to tell, but I guess like that. You're gonna know. And so that tells me you're gonna know that people's eyes are on you. People are gonna watch this. I just heard, what the fuck are they doing? I got earlier that somehow, like you don't operate in a silo. The action and the choices we make can and do impact others. What they do with those changes in their life is completely up to them, right? They are in charge of how they handle how life evolves. But I'm curious on the dragon here, where it's like the upheaval may be more than just you. It creates a revolution. And it's funny because, in a revolution, it tends to impacts more than just yourself, right? When we think of revolutions on a larger scale, that impacts society at large. It's like a ricochet effect through society. There's a freedom that is attained. Maybe there is a freedom from an entity, a person, institution that happens as a result of this, and that upends things for them. Your freedom, let's ask, upends something for Starman Tarot. Talk about this, where this upheaval impacts others. Why do I feel like somebody's not saying something though? Because you would think that they would want to. It's almost like they don't have a right. They really don't have a right to be upset about that upheaval. It's not my life is not your fucking life, mind your business kind of thing, It's like, did they have something hinged on you remaining where you are? Like it benefited them, but they don't really get a say and don't get, like, it's not really their place to have a say. And then I feel like somehow whoever's attached to this, the people that would be impacted or situations and circumstances that would be impacted, I feel like there's an old energy where that would normally be somebody who would say something. All right, let's get a little more. have a biscuit here? Hold on, give me a second. It's like somebody benefited from you being stuck and disheartened from that. Repeating a loop. Even if it was just like an egotistical benefit, you know, like feeling superior. Like somebody felt superior. Okay, that was my fault. I'm not taking that. That was me. There we go. Maybe somebody got something out of you remaining stuck and they can't benefit from it now. I've got the Five of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. The lack of inner power, the emotional pain that came from having this lack in your life. Let's look at this Five of Pentacles as Pentacles is your material world, which is your 3D, right? So like we can always talk about how like lacking emotional maturity, which is like the Cups energy, or lacking love in our life, which isn't necessarily something tangible, but there were tangible things missing from your life that may have kept you stagnant, stuck, or just like repeating something, a cycle, repeating patterns and stuff like that. And you stayed in that state as long as you felt disempowered or separated, right? Like not having in your life kept you separated, because the Three of Swords is a separation card, but from what? A separation from what? Possibility? Opportunities? Money? Freedom? It does give the sense that if like somebody benefited egotistically, emotionally, energetically, or very much so materially from you being in this energy. And the swords are usually piercing the heart. So it's like it's the trying to figure something out and not being able to, that was emotionally destructive. It was the not knowing the truth that was emotionally destructive. It was your attachment to something that hurt you emotionally. But in this one, what's so funny, guys, I swear to fucking God, I want you to take a look at something. What does that feather look like? Now, some people will say, oh, that could be a hawk. Hawks around this area do not have that type of a white. It's more of a cream color and has a tan, and the bars on their feathers look different. Okay? They look different. This is from an owl. There's a wisdom here. And remember, the owl can turn its head what appears to be 360. So they are the Queen of Swords. They have a really great perspective. They see things very well. They see it all. Someone benefited, we've got the question mark down here, from you remaining confused. These swords are pointing down, which means you can't see the truth, and that kept you like either emotionally closed off, separated from your heart, like keeping you mentally conflicted, kept you out of this space, out of harmony. out of knowing something truthfully, out from, this is like a little fetus, so that's like a baby, it's like out of a new start. Not knowing what to do to get out of this. Five of Pentacles. You felt isolated, ostracized, you weren't aligned with your alliance with this. It's the knowing that you can't do it on your own. You know this is the answer you've been waiting and seeking. Somebody else does too. They know what this means. It's like they can't call upon you and utilize you. They can't feel superior and good about themselves unless you're in this energy. Maybe you don't need them if you're not in this energy, and they like to feel needed. Because then we have the Fool card and the Sun. Like, who's going to bitch and complain because you don't need them anymore? Isn't that the point? Or was their point to keep you in a space of needing them? Maybe somebody only felt it's like, when you have that that parent in your life that as long as they get to play a role and you need them, then they feel important. But without you there, like when you don't need them and you can go off and live your life on your own, it's like they don't have a sense of identity anymore or purpose, but they can't say anything about it. Maybe over here, this illusion card, they think you're being hasted. And what is revealed to them is you're no longer in an illusion anymore. You see the truth. You see your power. You see a way out. You're like, no, I see things clearly. And I've got a handle on this. I know exactly what to do. But if you know the way out, or you know what to do, or you see things clearly, and your alliance, they're questioning your alliance with somebody else because it takes you out of not needing them, or it takes you out of the sense of a lack that your presence in their environment or like their association with you. Sometimes people don't even have to talk to us a lot, but they like the idea of feeling better than somebody. So it's like this upending is a good thing. This dragon wiping the slate clean, saying fuck yes because this is the only way for the revolution to happen. Some people may have been waiting for this revolution to happen, for an involvement in your life, for a change and development to happen in your life so they can say, hell yeah. While there's others mixed in with that benefited to whatever degree or enjoyed it not happening. They're not going to say something because it's like people will know. If they say something, they should want your comeuppance. They should want the revolution in your life. They should want the forward movement for you, change and development. It's an upheaval because they know you're going to be successful with this. It's funny when someone can convince themselves that you must be under some kind of like, oh, that is like, oh my gosh, that's such a juvenile. Oh, no. You don't, that's not a mature move. Oh, you don't know what you're doing. They want to treat you that way. Somebody wants to look at you that way. But deep down, they know. Because you're going, like, it's a clear path ahead of you. It's a brand new fucking start. And yes, success will occur. That's why it's an upheaval. It's an upheaval for you. Oh, it reminds me of that, like your positive tower moment. We have a tower. Is somebody else's negative. Because they know this will be successful. It's like their soul knows and they're worried. So their mind convinces them, you're being irrational. I can't believe it. Like they're watching, almost wanting something to go wrong, but they're not going to speak on this shit. Whoever this is, they know better. They can't. Mm-hmm. LPIC. Oh, damn. I'm a message in the chat. But confirmation. Right? The feather synchronicity is wild. Sometimes it's a subconscious dynamic where a parent felt needed all the time. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. I got it going up through my head. So and this could be like LP, like with a job where they're like, they know you know, and they can't say something about it. Like they benefited from you not knowing, from you being in some kind of like feeling stuckness. But when you suddenly aren't stuck, it puts them in a bind. Full card with the sun. I don't know why, but they're bringing me to the Moon Magic deck really quick. I feel like we're going to be wrapping this up. There was a card that was flipped in it already. We'll just tell you the Wolf Moon. I don't know. I don't know why it was flipped in the middle of the deck, but okay. And it's on the bottom of the deck now, so we might look it up. We'll see. Moon dust. That's gorgeous. So just remember, there's going to be an opportunity, an offer that you can align yourself with that's like a fresh new start. It'll be all too easy. Like you're like, yes. You're going to say yes to it. You see the truth. You have new inspiration. You're going to go for it. There's no more staying. There's no more whatever. So it's a yes. Somebody might think that's not smart of you. It really is. It's very smart of you. All right, let's take a look at these three cards that came out. Arcturus, Moonflower, and Waning Crescent. And then we will wrap this bad boy up. Let's hopefully this brings things full circle for you. 24. I'm just going to read it in the way that it's in the order that it came out because it came out that way. Guardian, family, and support. Arcturus is the brightest star in the northern hemisphere of the night sky, and it means guardian of the bear because it appears to chase the Ursa Major constellation around the sky. In Greek mythology, Arcus was the son of Callisto, who is a virgin follower of Artemis. Zeus took advantage of Callisto and bore Arcus, but Zeus's wife Hera was so jealous she turned Callisto into a bear. Arcus was about to shoot the bear while out hunting, not knowing it was his own mother, when Zeus took pity on them and turned them both into stars. Arcturus has been associated with the bear ever since. This card indicates family and the close bonds that you share with loved ones. It can either be urban family, as the ones that you choose, or blood, your birth family. This card suggests that you have in your midst, you have positive relationships. While they have their ups and downs, you can find a good support system within them. Funny, this card really wants to encourage calling on those that you can trust. But I get a distinct feeling in this reading, some of the ones that you can't, or some of the ones that are going to have problem with your comeuppance, this upheaval, this revolution in your life, is family. It's just odd that the card, when you read it, says one thing. What does someone do when you no longer need them? Because this King of Earth does not feel like your family at all. This is someone new, something new. This is odd. This isn't the first time. I did this with my friends the other day, and I was pulling some cards, and it was a deck I didn't know it was hers, and I started to read the words, and I was like, these words do not reflect this card at all, like what I was initially getting from the card. And it was almost like I didn't like, which I've not had that problem with this deck before, but maybe that's like spirit, it's time to branch out. Shauna, stop bringing the moon, blossoming, growth, and accomplishments. Okay. I think the waning crescent is going to tie in the family to this as well. So this is this is your network. There's something about the networks that are around you and how your revolution creates a revolution in other people's lives, brings a sense of upheaval that you will be happy about, but others will not. Okay. So because this card can be family, like either the ones you choose or the people you've chosen to be around you, and maybe something about this, because it said support is like somebody wants you to stay in that. They want you to still need them or the situation they're involved with. Like staying in a state of need. Okay, let's see here. It could mean that you are to take on a new challenge or hobby, that you become more self-aware, more emotionally intelligent, and resilient. A time of blossoming is about to begin. Whatever the external circumstances might be, Moonflower is encouraging you to open up and show your brightest, boldest colors to the world. Be brave and believe in yourself. The Nine of Wands. Move towards what you desire, the Eight of Cups. Set your mind to something, expand your skill set, and know that you have the capacity to grow into an even more dynamic, accomplished individual. Yeah, this one is all about someone wanting you to still need them or a circumstance, or to just be in the state of need or lack because they benefit from that for whatever reason. You not having the other opportunities benefits them. And waning crescent. Let's get this over with because we are over an hour now. Transition. You're transitioning from having to rely on these situations and these people and being stuck and them benefiting from it to growth, blossoming, and becoming your own. Okay? Waning crescent indicates psychic visions, prophetic dreams, and etheric experiences. It is a period of leaving the past behind, taking the lessons you've learned with you, and moving forward into a new phase in your life. It's a time of magic. It has very protective energies, so know that you are guarded on your magical path. It is a liminal time as one makes the journey from the end of a current cycle towards the next. This change takes you out of this place of lack that other people may have benefited from, even if you aren't able to at this point pinpoint that they benefited from it, to a very empowered, courageous state. This major transition. So this change, the acceptance of this allows you, that's where it's a compounding effect. There's an involvement and development in your life that puts you in this place of power within your own life. It puts you in an energy of success, and you're no longer in this lack. You have the wisdom from this whole circumstance and situation. You're no longer in the confusion, and people are not going to be able to benefit from that anymore. The involvement is abundance coming into your life. And when you have that autonomy, when you have that freedom, because in this card, the eagle's flying. I'm not eagle, shit. The owl. I don't know why I said eagle. Maybe somebody has an eagle. I don't know. The owl is flying. It's like when you have this freedom, that's what they didn't want. It will impact them. Alrighty. Well, I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want to sit here and keep constantly going into something. This did wrap it up. It is literally just pointing it out. Again, either somebody that is in your circle because of a choice. It could be work people as well, right? Work family. We always say that. It could be chosen people that you've allowed in your life. Whatever it is, they benefited from you not being whatever to a certain degree. They're not going to say anything to you directly. You may feel the energy of jealousy. But you see everything so very clearly, and you're going to say yes to this. Whatever you do, accept it. Confidently accept opportunities, accept the help. It's going to address the stress that you've been feeling. 5 of Pentacles and 3 of Swords. It's whatever this is, isn't going to take much persuasion. You're not under some kind of illusion. You see it very clear. You know this is the thing you've been waiting for. It is happening. That change is happening. You're going to choose it. It's going to create an upheaval in your life and a revolution. Continue to be brave. Go after it. It's almost like you're pulling the tower down yourself. It's inevitable. It does have to do with your work, but it is because of this trajectory change and you seeing the benefit of this and how it can compound and add and grow. And again, it may be contrast to what you've been doing up to this point. Somebody and someone might try. Some people may look at it as if this is a hasty, immature, not well thought out decision. And you've been in this for so long. You know to not do it is the wrong decision. And sometimes that's all you need to know. Okay? But whatever somebody else benefited from you being in that, they don't get to anymore. This freedom and this wisdom that you have and this clarity that you have and the revolution you're causing in your own life, the change that allows the abundance to come in, it means something completely different for them. That's none of your concern, though. So, all right. Hope you have a fantastic, wonderful day. That was a great reading, and I hope it reaches who it is meant for. Have a fabulous day. Oh, I have something huge. I texted you in the morning. Oh, well, I haven't gotten it yet. My bad. Hey, Kelsey, but then deleted it. Oh, well, that's why I didn't get it. Little did I know this will show up in the reading. Well, I look forward to reading everybody's messages about how that they're like, oh, shit, how it's developing. But this is the entire energy of June. This is what's happening. I feel like it's covering the entire month because the change happens, but it's like something continues to snowball the entire month and develop as a result of this. Okie dokes. Okie dokes. All right. I hope everybody has a fantastic, wonderful day. And I will be back. I'll be back again soon. My bad.